You're listening to Soundside. I'm Libby Dankman, and we are officially in the summer busy season. You can probably tell by looking at your packed calendar. Solstice, Pride, Juneteenth. If you're looking for something to do this week, have no fear. There is something for you. Soundside is off tomorrow for Juneteenth, so we are bringing you an early edition of the Weekend Warmup. And here with stuff to do this weekend is Soundside producer Jason Megatron Burrows.
Thank you, Libby, and welcome to an early edition of the Weekend Warmup. Tomorrow is Juneteenth, so let's run down some of the celebrations happening around town. Tonight, that's Wednesday for all you podcast listeners, we've got Seattle's longest-running Juneteenth celebration down at the Rainier Beach Community Center. There will be a resource fair, food trucks, local vendors, and a ton of live performances, including tap dancing, jump rope tricks, hip-hop, and step performances. It runs from 5 until 8 this evening in Rainier Beach. Now, let's talk about the many events happening on Juneteenth itself. If you're in Seattle, you can head to the Northwest African American Museum in the Central District for Juneteenth, a Movement of Joy. That starts at 10 a.m. tomorrow and runs through 5 p.m. in the Central District. Right next door to the museum is Jimi Hendrix Park, where Africatown Community Land Trust and King County Equity Now are, and I quote, commemorating the liberation of our ancestors from chattel slavery and collectively envisioning and exploring what future freedom and equity can look like. That one starts at noon and runs until 8 p.m. at Jimi Hendrix Park. Mercer Island is getting into the holiday spirit with a Juneteenth celebration at Mercer Dale Park from noon until 3 p.m. Shoreline celebration is from 4 until 8 p.m. on Thursday at City Hall Plaza. And down in Tacoma, the state's largest Juneteenth celebration, according to the website, is happening tomorrow at Stewart Heights Park. They've got a ton of performers and vendors lined up, and they ask that you RSVP to get all the details. You can celebrate the Road to Economic Freedom at Stewart Heights Park tomorrow from 11 a.m. till 5 p.m. down in Tacoma. And there are a ton more Juneteenth events that we weren't able to get to, but I'll put every link that I can find into the show notes. Now, for something completely different, if you are a fan of bluegrass, boy, do I have good news for you. The Wenatchee River Bluegrass Festival kicks off on Friday at the Chelan County Fairgrounds in Kashmir, Washington, and runs all weekend. 5 bluegrass bands, vendors, community events, camping, and fun. Check it out, the Wenatchee River Bluegrass Festival. Now back at Seattle Center's Fisher Pavilion, you can check out the Washington Brewers Festival. There's beer, there's cider, wrestlers, and our sister station KEXP keeping you entertained. And this year, your ticket includes unlimited tastings. Early entry to the Brewers Festival starts at 5:30 on Friday and noon on Saturday. South of downtown, we've got another Pride event. This weekend, it's Georgetown Pride with the tagline, bigger, hairier, and queerer. There's a street fair with bagel eating contests, a parade, an opportunity to get hitched at a free wedding courtesy of Shotgun Ceremonies. There's a hot dog prom. Apparently, if you can imagine it, it's probably happening at Georgetown Pride. Festivities start at 11 a.m. on Saturday and run until late. Now, I suppose I would be remiss if I did not mention the fact that Saturday is the summer solstice. The annual Fremont Solstice Day Parade starts at 1 p.m. on Saturday, making its way down Northwest 36th Street and including all of the usual suspects from nude cyclists to the Flying Spaghetti Monster float. At least I hope the Flying Spaghetti Monster is still part of the parade. May you be touched by his noodly appendage. The parade ends at the Fremont Fair, which runs both Saturday and Sunday with food, drinks, vendors, and art cars. It's always a blast, and you can let your inner freak flag fly in a family-friendly way, of course. And finally, another event that was sent in by a listener. The 13th annual Seattle Asian American Film Festival kicks off on Friday with a poignant trio of short documentaries honoring 50 years since the end of the Vietnam War and uplifting Southeast Asian refugee narratives. Screenings will be held at Wing Luke Museum on Friday and the Broadway Performance Hall on Saturday, followed by a week of virtual screenings. There is a huge list of films to check out, an opening night screening and reception, and a centerpiece presentation of Pacific Northwest short films. It's all happening this weekend at Wing Luke Museum and the Broadway Performance Hall. And that is it. So much to do and so much to see this weekend, so celebrate and enjoy Juneteenth. As usual, we will have links to all of these events at Soundside's website, and you can find even more events by checking out KUOW's podcast, Meet Me Here. If you would like to suggest an event for future installments of the segment, shoot us an email, soundside@kuow.org. And thank you for listening to Soundside. I am Jason Megatron Burrows, and that's what you could be doing this weekend.
Thanks for listening to Soundside. By the way, this show is only possible because listeners support us. If you are able to give right now, check out the show notes for a link to donate. And don't forget, you can listen live on KUOW 94.9 FM Seattle at noon and 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday, or anytime online at KUOW.org.